Yes, sir.
जरा समझते हैं. In this session, we will discuss OOPS. OOPS in Java. What is a OOPS? Actually, Java is an object-oriented programming language. Java is a object-oriented programming language. What is the object-oriented feature? Object-oriented has many features, but there are two main features. First of all, we are discussing the two main features of the object-oriented. One is the object, another is a class, object and class. And then we will discuss remaining features. So first of all, we try to understand what is an object. What meaning of the object? Object, if you talk about object, in the real world, in the real life, everything is an object which can exist in this world physically. So we can say any real world entity is known as object, is known as an object. Object is also known as real world entity. So anything, look around right now, whatever you will find, each and everything in an object. It doesn't matter whether entity is a living or non-living, but anything which exists in this world physically, that is known as object. So we can say object is anything which exists in this world physically, that is known as object. Okay, let's try to understand what is an object. Actually, objects are key understanding object-oriented programming language. So look around right now, you will find many examples of real world objects, just like your dog, your desk, your television, your bicycle. All these are objects. These are real world entities. Real world entity is also known as an object. So we can say objects are real world entity. Anything you can describe in this word is an object. So object means real world entity. If anything which exists in the form of an object has three characteristics. One is the state, another is the behavior, and third one is the identity. Object has three characteristics. One is a state, another is a behavior, and third one is the identity. Okay, let's try to understand what is the state of an object. What is the first characteristics? State. Okay, suppose we have one object. Suppose this is a mobile object. If you want to know any information about this object, so how you can know information about this object? So we can know the information of an object by using their attributes, or we can say they are using their fields or properties. It means if anything exists in the form of object, objects are associated with the properties. Using property on object, we can know the information of an object. Suppose which type information we want to know of this object. I want to know what is the price of this object. So price is the property of this mobile object. So let's, what types characteristics we want to know. So mobile object having different characteristics. Cost is the characteristics of this mobile object. So if you want to know the price, the cost of this mobile object, you can know the price or cost of this mobile object by using cost properties of this mobile object. If you want to know the model number, so model number is the property of this object. Using model number of this property, you can know the model number of this mobile object. And now we have company name. If you want to know what is the company for this mobile object, so company name is the property of the mobile object which contain the company name information. So object has different characteristics. Anything which exists in the form of object Objects have different characteristics. Objects are associated with the characteristics. Using their characteristics, we can know the information of an object. So these characteristics are also known as state of an object. So here is the cost. Cost is also state. Suppose this cost of this mobile object currently is a 1000. Tomorrow is the cost of this mobile object is changed. Suppose the cost become 2000. So it means the state of an object is changed, yes or not changed. Before it has this mobile object cost 1000, but now this mobile object has 2000 rupees cost. So we can say state of an object can be changed during the execution. So state means properties, state means characteristics are attributes. So objects are associated with their properties. Attributes are characteristics. Attribute always lie in the form of name and value pair. In which form? Name and value. Name, suppose cost. Cost is the name for the attribute, and 1000 is the value for that attribute. So attribute always lie in the form of name and value. Each attribute has some name, and corresponding that attribute name, that attribute has some value. So attribute always lie in the form of name and value. Attributes, characteristics of an object, what is stored? Characteristics of an object store the information, contain the information for an object. So cost attribute contain the cost information for mobile object. Model number contain the model number information for that object. Company name contain the company name information for the mobile object. And operating system characteristics contain the operating system information for a mobile object. It means one object can have multiple characteristics to contain multiple type information. So one thing understand, in programming language, if you declare any variable, this is primitive type variable. Primitive type variable is allow to store one value at a time. If you take primitive type variable is allowed to store one value at a time. So you can store only one value at a time under primitive type variable. Okay, if you take array type variable, so array type variable, suppose I take one array type variable, int a square bracket. Array type variable allow to store multiple value, allow to store multiple value under single variable, allow to store multiple value under single variable. So this array type variable can hold multiple value, but the condition is that all values should be similar type. All values should be similar types. So allowed to store multiple value where all values should be similar type. But if you have an object, if you have an object, objects are allowed to store different type of information. If you are maintaining the information in the form of object, objects are allowed to store different type information. So what here we have mobile object. Mobile object contains different characteristics. It contains cost characteristics. It contains model number. It contains the company name information, and it contains the operating system information. So if you are maintaining the information in the form of object, objects are capable to holding the different type information, and because objects are associated with a characteristics, object has the characteristics, object has the state which are maintaining the information for an object. And second thing, if you are maintain an object, object can have attribute, an object perform the operation also. Actually, this is a mobile object. Mobile object having these characteristics which contain different types of information. But using this mobile object, you can perform the action also. What type action? Suppose if you want to perform calling operation, calling is the operation which can be done by this mobile object. Calling is not a property. Calling is not contain information in it. Calling actually performs some actions. So we can say calling is the behavior on object. So object has the state, characteristics, and behavior. So what's behavior means? Behavior means the work which can be done by an object is known as behavior of an object. So mobile has a behavior. What behavior? Mobile has calling behavior. It's means using mobile object you can perform calling operation also. And smsing is the behavior. It is the behavior. It is not a characteristics. So object has three characteristics: state, behavior, and identity. Using state, we can maintain the information for an object, different type information for an object. And behavior, using behavior, we can perform the operation through an object. And third one, we have identity. Identity means actually in this real world, we have number of several mobile object, but how we can uniquely recognize each mobile object. So to recognize each mobile object uniquely in this world, we have one identity attribute. Using identity attribute, we can identify each mobile object in this world uniquely. So mobile object had one IMI number where each mobile object has a unique value. So we can say IMI number act as an identity for an object, mobile object. Identity, we can say identity just like in the similar way in this Indian government, in the if Indian government want to identify each Indian person, so for identify each Indian person, Indian government issue one Aadhaar card number. Aadhaar card number act as an identity for Indian person. So this is an object. Object has a physical form. Whenever anything exists in the form of object, object can have state and object can have behavior and identity. So what is the state of object? We can say state means the data present inside object of a class at that point time is known as state of an object. What is the behavior? The personality that are associated with an object. The personality that are associated with the object is known as behavior of the object. So state an object changes from time to time depending upon the personalities that are executed on that object, whereas behavior object would not be changed. State an object can be changed. Suppose a person has an age. Currently, a person has an age 30 years. Now, person age can be changed. This means person state unchanging. Suppose we have fan object. The fan is the currently is off. It means fan state is off. Once you switch on, it means fan state is changed. Fan state become off. On. Fan state become on. This means state and object can be changed during the time to time depending on the personality that are executed on that object. Whereas behavior of the object would not be changed. Fan always give the air. So it means the fan behavior would not be changed. So this is a state of an object. So then what is a class? Okay, we try to understand what means of class. Before understanding the class, here we understand one real life scenario. Suppose if you want to construct the house, but before constructing the house, what you have required? You have required one plan. Before constructing the house, before building the house, you have required one plan. That plan is known as map. So what is the difference between map and class? Map is nothing. Map is just logical model, logical idea for creating a house. Which type house we need to create? What type house we have required to create? That model, that idea, plan will contain by the map. Map just define the structure for creating a house. So we can say map is a logical model for creating a house. We have on that structure we are constructing the house. So where house has a physical existence but map has a logical existence, map doesn't have a physical existence. Once you prepare the map, we have on that map you are constructing the house. It means we can say map is a blueprint for an object. Map is a blueprint for a house. We are creating the blueprint by using map. We have on that blueprint, we are constructing the house. Map is a template, a structure, a logical model for constructing the house. In the similar way, we can say if you want to create an object, Before creating the object, we have required to define the logical structure. Which type of object we want to create? This object contain what a personality? This object contain which type properties? That plan we need to define, that structure we need to draw. So to create an object, we have required to draw one structure. That structure is known as class. So class is nothing. Class is a logical template, a logical model, logical structure for creating an object. In the same way, map is a logical structure for creating a house. In similar way, we can say class is nothing. Class is a logical structure, logical model, a logical template for creating an object. Which type object we have required to create? This object is a which type, and this object contain what a personality, what properties, what characteristics. Who will decide? Well, you class will decide. Class define the template. We have on that template, we are creating an object for a class. So we can say class is a logical model for creating an object. We can say class is a blueprint for an object. Okay, let's try to understand how we define a blueprint. Suppose we want to create a student type object. So before creating a student type object, we need to define one structure, a student type structure. We need to define which type object you can say student type. Once you define the structure, if any object which follow that properties and that characteristics, or any object which follow that structure, that object we can say student type. So object, what has object contain the characteristics and behavior. Object mainly contains what? Object mainly contain the characteristics and behavior. In this word, object mainly contain the characteristics and behavior. What characteristics, what behavior object contain, that will be decided by the class. Class define the structure. If object is such a type, this object contains this properties, this characteristics, and this behavior. So if any object is a student type object contain which type characteristics, which type of behavior. So let's first we design the template. First we define the logical structure. So here we define one logical structure student. If any object is student type, so we can say this student object having these characteristics, name, age, color, and sex. So these characteristics who have student type object have. These are state are possible for student type object, and these are behavior which are required for student type object. Eating, drinking, and running and studying. So here we define one template. If any object is student type, that object having these characteristics and these behavior. So first we have required to prepare template. We have one template. You creating an object. If any object having this state and this behavior, such type object we can say which type is student type. Because this state and this behavior, which type object contain this state and this behavior we are defining for the student type object. So if any object which contain this state, this behavior, that type object we can say which type is student type. So let's here we create two object. Here we create here two objects. This is the first object, and this object is also student type. If this object is student type, so this object contains this state and this behavior. So here this student contain which state, name, age, color, and sex. What is the name value for this object? Name value for this object is Scott, and age value is 10, and color is white, and sex is male. Now this object having this behavior also, Scott can eat less food, Scott can drink less water, Scott can't run fast, and Scott read more. So all these behavior in the state which this object contains. So we can say this object which type is student type. Now here we create another object. This object also contains this state and this behavior. So we can say this object also which type is student type. So this student name value is John. This student name value is Scott. It means the class which define the characteristics and the behavior which is a common for all objects, the object which are student type. If any object is student type, All object student type contain this common properties and this common behavior. So class what contain? Class always contain the common features and common behavior for an object. If any object is a student type, each student object having name, age, color, and a sex. So first object name is a Scott and second object name is a John. First object any age value is 10, whereas second object age value is 20. So this is a class and here we have created two objects for that class. Class has logical existence where object has physical existence. So using class we can define the logical structure, logical model for creating an object. Okay. So this is a student class blueprint. Now we define another blueprint for world class. So if any object is a bird type, so which object is said to be bird type? Which object is said to be bird type? Let's here we define the blueprint for bird. If any bird type, so bird type having these characteristics: name, color, can swim, average lifetime, and weight. If any object is a bird type, so we can say that bird type object can have these characteristics: name, color, can swim, average lifetime, and weight. Now, bird having these behavior, fly and walk. So now here we define the template. Here we design the template for the bird class. If any object has a bird type, if any object is a bird type, that bird type has these characteristics and this behavior. Or we can say if any object is having these characteristics and behavior, that object we can say which type bird type. Okay, let's here we create two bird object. Now we created here two bird object. This first object is also bird type. If this object is a bird type, so this bird having these characteristics and behavior. So this bird also having these characteristics. What is the name value for this bird object? Is sparrow. Color is a brown. Can swim no. Average lifetime is 3 years. And weight is a 0.34. And this object can perform this behavior. So sparrow bird can fly with the 330 kilometer per hour speed where she can walk. A sparrow can walk with the speed of 1 kilometer per hour. Now we have another object. This is also bird type object. So this bird object also having these characteristics and behavior. So what is the name for this bird object? Penguin, color value is white and black. Can swim, yes, average lifetime 20 years and weight is 15 kg. Where is the penguin can fly, can't fly, it can walk with the 3 to 4 kilometer hour speed. So this is a blueprint here. Where first we design the blueprint. Behind that blueprint, we creating an object for a class. So we can say what is a class? Class is nothing. Class is a specification, a blueprint or a template of an object. We can say class is nothing. It is a specification. Just we're defining or a blueprint or we can say template for an object. Class is a logical constructor where object has physical integrity. Class provides means of bundling data and function together. What means of this line? Actually, what class contain? Class contain personality, class contain data member and data method under a single unit. Suppose this is a bird class and bird class what contains data member, properties and behavior. So data member and data method we define it under single class, single entity that is known as class. That is known as bird class. So class provides a means of bundling data and personality together. Class provides a means of bundling data and personality together. We can bundle data and personality together under a class. So we can say next class is the base for encapsulation. What means of encapsulation? Encapsulation means wrapping of data and personality together under a single unit. So we can say class will act the base for the encapsulation. It implement the concept of encapsulation through objects. Class what contain variables and methods. So class has a physical entity where object has a real entity. So here I'm asking one question. Can you define object without class? Can you create object? Can you create an object without class? Without class? No. Why? Because first we need to define the logical structure. First we need to define the template. Once you define the template, then you are able to create an object we have on that template. Can you define a class without an object? Yes, you can define the template. If you are interested, you can create an object for that template. If you are not interested, you can't create. So without object, there is a maybe chance of existing of class, but without class, there is no chance of existing of an object. How many objects you can create for a class? Suppose we have a student class. How many objects are possible? You can create 0 to an object. Once you define a class, suppose you design the map. So it depends on your choice. You can create a number of house. Yeah, you can't create any number of house. If you design the map, you design the logical structure for creating the house, but you have not created the house space. How many objects exist for that map? For that map, 0. Or you can create and same type house. It depends on your choice. So we can say a class has 0 to an object, 0 to an object. Okay, we are try to understand how we are using this concept in in Java language programmatically. Okay, we are try to understand. Okay, how to define a class in Java. So let's try to understand. Now we discuss how to define a class. If you want to define, we can define a class in Java by using class keyword. Using class keyword, you can define a class in Java. So let's try to understand. Here we writing class, and then after you have need to define a class name. You can give any user defined name and open curly braces, close curly braces. So here this is the end of the class, and the class what contain? Class contain mainly two things: characteristics and behavior. Actually, class contain the properties and behavior for an object. Class contain the common feature for an object. So here you can define data member. So data member you can define by using variable, and data method you can define by using function method. So class contains two things mainly: properties and behavior. Characteristics you can define by using variable, and behavior you can define by using method. Okay, we try to understand how we can create a class from a. So now we open the Eclipse. Here we create one project. My project. Under this project, here we create one student class. Okay. So how we can define a class. So we can define a class by using class keyword, class, and then give the class name. So here we give the class name is a student. Class name. Java actually follow one standard. When we giving any class name, first letter of the class name, Java follow as a capital. All built-in Java classes first name started with capital letter. So it is not a mandatory, but it is a recommended when you define any user defined class, the first letter of the class take as a capital. Follow Java standard coding. So here we define one class student. Watch here. Here we define one class and class student. Here we define this class. This class what content? We're defining this class, but this class doesn't contain any property, any behavior. If any object is a student type having what property? Suppose if any object is student type, student has a roll number, student has a name. So here we define two properties for a student. So this is a class and this is the property. This is the property. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So watch here. Here we define inside the class. We define two properties for student. One is a roll number, and this property we are defining by using variable. Property we are defining using variable. This variable is known as instance variable. Which variable? Instance variable. What is an instance variable? So let's try to understand what is an instance variable. Instance variable. Instance variable we can say the variable, the variable which are declared inside the class directly, inside the class directly, but outside the method or block or constructor is known as instance variable, is known as instance variable. What is the instance variable? The variable which are declared inside the class directly, but outside any method, any block, any constructor is known as instance variable. Watch here, here we define class student. Now just we open the class and the close, but inside the class directly, we declare here two variable, that is a roll number and name. That variable is known as instance variable. This variable we are not declaring inside any method, inside any block. These variable we are declaring directly inside the class. The variable that you are declaring inside the class directly, that variable is known as instance variable. The variable that you are declaring inside the class directly is known as instance variable. Instance variable means the variable which are dependent on object. This variable is not a normal variable. This variable is an instance variable. Instance variable means this variable is an object level variable. So instance variable is known as an object variable. The instance variable, the instance variable, the instance variable is an object level variable. Object level variable means this variable exists only if there is an object. So when memory will be allocated for instance variable, the memory will be allocated, the memory will be allocated for instance variable whenever object of the class is created. Object of the class is created. Why memory will be allocated for the instance variable whenever object of the class is created? Because this is the object level variable. This is the property. Actually, we define here prototype. Here we define the prototype. Okay, again join the class because I know the class will be ended.
Okay, sir.